Welcome to an episode of what I'm calling bonus episodes, which will go in between and ruin the fine numbering that is in your iPod right now.
What do you mean bonus episode?
Bonus episode. It's bonus. It's not an actual... I'm not numbering this. This isn't...
Pretend it's a numbered episode.
No, it's not, because you know what? I'm getting to the point, which is that this is Bagel Time. Right now, Eileen is making a cream cheese bagel for me and her. We're splitting one, and I've recently started to see the good that is cream cheese on a bagel in this world.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. I've kind of been craving it, and I know that sounds surprising because I've always been anti-cream cheese. In fact, I go out and I get a bagel, and I order it with butter, which horrifies everyone, but I figure, isn't that better than cream cheese? I think it is still. It's more oily. Cream cheese is just like the fat kind of fat, you know? But lately I've been kind of craving it.
You've been craving a lot of stuff. Are you pregnant?
Probably. I'm probably pregnant. I'm not even sure you can actually be picked up on the microphone from that distance. How about you come back to the actual side that you were leaning on?
You've been craving a lot of stuff lately.
My gosh, I ought to hit you.
Did I register?
Yes, it did.
Hey, great. Okay.
She's looking at the screen right now, and I would smack her, but this is a bonus episode, so all things go. The point is that this is extra content that I can put out if I need to, and just be lazy. Like, hey, it's been a while since I've done a podcast.
Hey, we made something.
It's better than nothing.
It's not great at all, but we need to fill in the gaps.
I think this is great.
We're making bagels today, and I think Jake is pregnant.
Why did you get quieter? Is it to ruin the quality of the podcast?
That's my intention.
You know what you do as well right now is that you lean in when you're laughing really loudly.
I need my laughs to be audible. People need to hear my delicious.
I'm having to back the mic away from you for the first time because for the first time ever you're blowing out the mic.
Oh, great.
My God.
You need to do a lot of editing there.
No,
okay, let's
bonus
start over this bonus episode.
No, this is how it goes. And it's also so that way I keep my chops up while the bagel's going. Because that's my other thing is that if we have to wait a bagel time, I mean the bagel's still cooking.
So when it goes ding, you just stop your podcast.
No, when
should this be a regular thing?
No, we'll eat the bagels.
Bagelcast?
Bagelcast. Yeah, we should have a bagel in between each podcast. Bagelcast, yeah.
But it goes ding, and then that's your natural timer.
No, you eat it on the podcast. No, it's not a speedcast. That's stupid.
We gotta fit in as much.
Podcasts have to be slow and meandering and forget like half the things that they started. No, but I'm afraid that if I take bagel time and go, oh, you know what, I don't need to talk. I can just be quiet. I'll lose my chops, and then what'll happen is that I will not be able to do it a second time.
That's true.
Which is, and you very much, I think, would fall into that as well.
We need a bagel break.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, we need a bagel time. I thought we agreed on that. Bagel time.
Well,
that sounds better than bagel break in a rare.
But it's alliterative.
I know, but it's the only alliteration that I'm
bagel
not
time.
Psyched about.
Because bagel is a very soft,
No,
bagel.
You know what's alliterative with? It's like a. It's like a spoonerism. No, it's not a spoonerism. It's like a pun variant of burger time, but bagel time.
Right.
I don't know what that's called when it's like a pun, but it's alliterative.
It's a reference.
There's a specific. It's not a spoonerism. Spoonerism is something that is a double entendre.
I didn't say it was a spoonerism.
No, I keep wanting to say this. Maybe it is a spoonerism.
It's not a spoonerism.
So yeah, spoonerisms I love. They're things that have they're like double entendres almost, right? What is a spoonerism?
It's like, isn't it like where you? It's like. Okay, podcast over. Goodbye. See you next time. We'll explain what a spoonerism is.
Well, let me see. So, I will attempt to Google something while podcasting solo. I've always wanted to do this to see if I'm really that good. Because normally I tell I want to say, Eileen, look this up, but she's not very good at talking and doing things at the same time, which most people aren't. That's not a diss on her, I should clarify. I mean, that's
She's very not good at talking.
Yeah.
Period.
Look, I think everyone's listened to enough of these podcasts to wildly disagree with you on that point. You are very good at filling the space and being distracting. I don't... Actually, I'm not sure if that qualifies you as being as good at talking, so maybe you're right there. Spoonerisms. Darn it, I was doing so well, and then I just typed in what I was going in. It's a verbal error in which a speaker accidentally transposes the initial sounds or letters of two or more words, often to humor's effect. As in the sentence, "You have hissed the mysterious lectures." Accidentally spoken instead of the intended sense, "You have missed the history lectures." Oh yeah, I love spoonerisms. They're so stupid, but... And it's something that both me and Eileen do often, and I think we've done it on air before. No, you know what, actually, I think we've been pretty good about avoiding it in all 8 of our episodes. Is it 8 or 9? I feel like I might have incorrectly done it the other way as well. That's the thing, is that our podcast is terribly inconsistent with putting out content, and the worst part is because we record like once in a blue moon and only record one episode every time, I am very much a creator that will throw things out willy-nilly because I don't think it's anything good. I can tell you about a couple of those to summarize for those of you who are new and just listening in. We once recorded an entire podcast that was like an hour and a half long, and it was about a review of Superman versus Batman, which I cannot still to this day get over that we finally get a Superman Batman movie and it's a versus movie. That just doesn't make any sense in my mind, but it was an hour and a half of doing that, and unfortunately I soon discovered that everybody on the internet wanted to talk about this movie and all say the identical thing to each other, including me and Eileen, and this was before I saw any of the reviews and media coverage of the movie. But the backlash, everyone said the exact same things, and so at the end of the day, I felt like because of that, you had to lob that portion out, and that was a majority of the hour and a half long podcast, so we just scrapped it. We've had other couples that weren't funny. Every time we try a gimmick, it fails miserably. And what is taking so long? The bagel dinged forever ago.
I need to very meticulously spread the spread.
This has better be the most perfect bagel ever in the history of ever. What do you mean? Oh no! What happened?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Well, I mean.
What?
You just have so high standards.
Oh, I see.
It's a bagel.
And there's bagel. It's bagel time, everyone.
It's bagel time. Yeah.
That's gonna be a tradition from now on.
I love it. It means we'll always be stocked with bagels. Now listen to us eat.
Yeah, it's very good, actually.
You viewers cannot see us or smell this.
Yeah,
or taste
I know.
this.
We make that joke literally every podcast. I think when I went back and listened to all the podcasts for funsies once, every single one had that joke of, look it, they can't see things. Isn't that funny? I don't know why we think that joke is funny once even. But we also think it's funny to repeat every time we sit down and do this. Every time. Without fail.
It's just so ridiculous. Because no one will be able to see this. We're not going to edit it with pictures.
It's not an M4A.
We're not going to post a picture.
Do you remember M4As?
Yes.
I remember the 2P Start podcast, the very first podcast I did, had an MP3 and an M4A variant as well. Which would, M4A had this weird integration with the iPhone where it would display the pictures. And so it was essentially like a video file. Mm-hmm. But it's like if you could update what the album cover for a podcast would look like. Mm-hmm. And you'd use it to show things.
It's like a slideshow.
And it's the only podcast I know that does that because MP3 is a standard and M4As are weird. But I think you can still... I I don't remember. I think a while back the iTunes had support for M4As, and I think that fizzled out a long time ago. Because I remember listening to them through the iTunes service back in the day, and they would, they had it working as an M4A. And then I remember years later, the M4A versions weren't available on iTunes. You had to listen, so it would just be the MP3 version. So you heard the clip, the snapshot cue you would use to go, "Hey, look at your phone now, dummy. I posted a picture here." But it didn't work anymore. What we were talking about before Bagel Time happened is that every time we get a gimmick for an episode that we plan out and we think it's going to be funny, this will be something that really sets us apart, and we get really excited. Every time without fail, it's incredibly lame. Like, incredibly unentertaining, unfunny. It's miraculous, and we just know instantly, too. That's the worst part. Mm-hmm. Is that we know as soon as we turn it off that this all has to go in the toilet. Like, this is all not good. One specific time, Eileen brought a robot that you could program with various things. An actual robot, like for kids, because she was working with CodeSpeak Labs and tutoring kids in programming. And it just wasn't funny. We had him on as a guest, and we thought it was going to be so good. Oh, isn't that funny? You can have a guest that's a robot on your podcast, and it wasn't good at all. This bagel wasn't very crispy.
Do you like it more crispy?
Yes, it's got to have a nice crunch.
I'll make it more crispy then.
Well, you'll get good at this, don't worry.
Yeah, I was afraid of burning it, so...
Also, I gotta say, now that I've been satiated, I still like butter a lot better.
Really?
Yeah. Cream cheese has too much of a sour cream kind of taste to it.
I like both. I think it's nice to have, like, two halves, where it's half butter and half cream cheese, so you can have both.
That's a lot of bagel, though.
Don't you usually eat a whole bagel?
Yeah, but begrudgingly. And Eileen has just finished the last bite of bagel. So with that, guys, Bagel Time is officially over. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks.
Stop